Being a patriot teacher, raised many students and taught them how to become a good citizens, and he taught them the love of flag and the homeland. Even the poem of our poet, The Flag, is indeed epic in itself. The wedding dress of our bride, it is the last cover of my martyr. My flag in waves and lights. I have read your epic and I will write an epic saga for you. So he wrote hundreds of such verses and such masterpieces. I would like to commemorate our poet once again with great admiration, grace and gratitude. In this high school, which bears the name of our magnificent poet Arif Nihat Asya, I certainly believe that many of our students will graduate from this school, who will contribute to our heritage in science and literature. Hopefully, thanks to our talented teachers, many of our students and many of our values will be raised in this school and in these classrooms. So I am certain that our students, with their bright eyes standing in front of me, will follow the road of Arif Nihat Asya, and they will be exemplary citizens for their nations and for their families. And I also believe that our teachers will show the necessary sacrifices and the endeavors for this sacred cause. As the President of the Republic of Turkey, together with our teachers all around our country, we will continue to serve to the soldiers of our education, and I would like to thank on behalf of myself and my nation for the patience and the sacrifices and efforts of each one of our soldiers of our education. So on this occasion, I would like to remember our teachers who have been martyred by the terrorist organizations, starting with Necmettin Yılmaz and Aybüke Yalçın. And I also would like to remember and commemorate all our teachers who indeed contributed to my developing here, and hopefully their souls will be resting in peace. I also would like to congratulate our new students who are coming together with the school environment for the first time. Dear friends, today we got together with you under the benediction and the grace of rain. 20 years ago from now, as we have come to power, we stated that our country will be growing on 4 pillars, and the first of those pillars were education, and the other pillars were defined as health, justice, and security. No matter what the conditions are, we have never sacrificed from our priorities, the first one of which was the education. Every year we allocated the highest percentage of our budget to education. We have doubled our classrooms, thereby solving the problems of crowded classrooms. We have carried out the appointment of a total number of 750,000 teachers, thereby strengthening our army of educators. And we have indeed embedded our classrooms with the cutting-edge technologies. We have increased the number of our sport facilities from 2,791 to 1,100 to 860. So we have initiated the mobilization for preschool education so that our kids can indulge in the education processes in the earlier ages. We have distributed the course books free of charge. Therefore, we have saved our parents from wandering from one stationery to another. Dear kids, we remember our time as students. We have been waiting for 1 week and even 10 days in front of the stationaries in order to buy a course book and textbooks and notebooks as well. And since we had to endure this pain, we wanted to make sure that you will not have to bear with such pains. And from now on, we are also distributing the complimentary books free of charge to our kids, to our students. As our students are starting to their schools this day, they will be seeing their course books and their complimentary books free of charge in front of their desks. With the elective courses like Quran and Siri Nebi, we made sure that our kids can also learn the courses that they would like to learn about. And in order to increase the schooling rate of our daughters, we showed a special effort. Before us, the schooling rate of our daughters were 9% only, but this figure, the schooling rate of the girls, reached to 90% already. Rather than resurrecting and resuscitating the bad examples of the past, by modernizing the village schools, we are making sure that the education goes on in the rural areas. As of August, we have commissioned more than 1,000 village living center, and hopefully we will increase this number to the level of 1,500. With the project of constructing 10,000 schools at the secondary level, we have improved the labs and the sport facilities of our secondary schools, and we are making sure that their deficits are tackled. With the Turkish language campaign, we are making sure that our students can use Turkish language as it deserves. All those efforts and endeavors are put forward in order to make sure that our country will have a louder voice in the international arena, and so that we will have the students with moral values who can produce and who can add a value to our economy. The ones who are standing idle and wasting their time is not the generation that we want. We want a youth who is spending their time with science and who have their own ideas. We want to entrust our future to a generation who is not looking to its nation with hatred and anger, but rather we would like to entrust our future to the youth who is dying for its own nation, who loves their nation, and who are ready to serve to their nation. So this youth can be defined as the Technofest generation. With the bridge that we construct from the past to the future, this youth will be the cornerstone of this bridge, and it is indeed an issue of survival that we should raise such kind of a generation and such kind of a youth. Youth is the most important treasure of Turkey, so via education we should turn youth into the driving engine of our country. Otherwise, no masterpiece, no project, no service that we provide will be meaningless. The West cannot even find the necessary people who will make sure that their countries survive. In order not to fall into that trap, we should embrace our kids and we should raise our kids. We will not be the ones who will block the future of our kids and our youth, but that's why we are attaching significant importance to education. Distinguished teachers, with your support and the support of our parents, hopefully, and if God is willing, we will be raising the Technofest generation in the best way possible. Rather than finding a joy in the fake glitter of the Western countries, our youth should define and explore their own potential. And with such a youth, we will construct the future of Turkey. The civilization and the historical legacy that we own will provide every motivation for us as we are leaping forward. As long as we believe in this, as long as we work for this purpose, and as long as we show patience, we will triumph. In the recent time, from technology to sport, our youngsters have been proven very successful, and this shows us that we are on the right track and right orientation. From now on, I guess it will be much more easier, and hopefully we will progress even faster and we will reach to better targets. Dear students, dear youngsters, you are the hope of our beautiful country. You are the energy and the future of our country. You are not only the sons and daughters of your parents, but at the same time you are the people of our eyes. It is really important that you are marching forward with the confident steps, and in order to make sure that this happens, we will be mobilizing all our means. Of course, during this process, there are many responsibilities and duties incumbent upon all of you. First and foremost, for a strong future, you should learn your past, learn your history very well. Thanks to God, Turkey is not the old Turkey which sees its youngsters as a threat to its future. Quite the contrary, the Turkey has a president, a government, and a state which values their youngsters. The most concrete example of this can be seen in the changing infrastructure and paradigm of the education sector. Before everything else, we are such a great nation whose history cannot be limited to its recent history. As the members of this nation with a great heritage going beyond 200 years, you should not forget that you are the members of such a great nation. Please do not listen to the ones who are trying to swear and insult our history. With our gallant history, we should be proud, and you should be proud with our culture and with our values which defines us. We should show respect to our elders, and we should be compassionate with our smaller ones, and we should love the created ones due to the Creator. And these are the basic values of our culture and our civilization. That's why you should listen to the experiences of your teachers and your elders. Do not forget, their experiences will prepare you better for the real life. As we are making use of the means of the digital environment, we should also not forget that the television, internet, and the game consoles can depart us from the real lives and indeed prison us to a fake environment. And you should not allow that. No computer games can substitute a good chit-chat and conversation that you will have with your peers. Time is your most valuable capital. Make use of it. Do not forget that learning requires allocating time. I always remind a principle to my grandsons and granddaughters, and I really hold on to this principle myself. Read, think, implement, and finalize. The more you read, you will see that the horizon of your mind will expand even further. The more you think, you will come up with the ideas and the products which will be beneficial for the nation that you are living in. The more you implement, you will see the results of your ideas. The more you finalize your projects, you will feel the joy of creating a masterpiece, a project, and you will yield the results of your projects. As long as you keep an open mind, as long as you believe in yourself and not lose your ambition, this process of success will go unabated. I call upon all of you to read, to think, to implement what you think, and I do believe you will do as such. We love each one of you, we pay attention to each one of you, and we trust and believe in all of you. That's why we are making the greatest investment of our history of education. That's why at every opportunity we are doing our best to dream together and set forth these common targets with all of you. A well-educated, a believing and hardworking youngsters are giving us the strength, and with that strength that we receive from our youngsters, we are working on the moves which will make our country to have a louder voice all around the world. With the inspiration we are receiving from you, we are trying to make our country one of the most important actors in the competition, not only in this world but in this space. With our youngsters at the age of Fatih when he conquered Istanbul, there are no battles that we cannot accomplish and win. That is what we sincerely believe. May God open your destiny and your path forward. As I conclude my remarks with those thoughts in my mind, once again I wish that 2022-2023 academic year be auspicious for our country and for our students and all our parents. So I also would like to thank our teachers who are indeed processing our youngsters just like a diamond. I would like to thank each one of them. Thank you very much, and I entrust all of you to God.
Sayın Recep Tayyip Erdoğan'a konuşmaları için çok teşekkür ediyor ve Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımızı bir müddet daha sahnede misafir ediyoruz. Günün anısına hediyelerini takdim etmek üzere Milli Eğitim Bakanımız Sayın Mahmut Özer'i sahneye davet ediyorum. Buyurunuz lütfen. Saygıdeğer hemşehrilerimiz, sevgili öğrenciler, Cumhurbaşkanımız Sayın Recep Tayyip Erdoğan şimdi ...2022-2023 ders zilinin çalacaklardır. Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımıza temsilen refak etmek üzere 20 öğrencimizi sahneye alıyoruz. Buyurunuz lütfen.
işaret aldığın gün atandan yürüyeceksin, millet yürüyecek arkandan. Ters tutuyorsun, böyle değil, öyle değil, öyle değil. Önüme niye getiriyorsun?
Burada hep beraber fotoğraf alalım dediler efendim. Fotoğraf verelim birbirimize güzel.
Hazır mıyız? Ses az değil mi?
Are we ready?
Ya 2022-2023
Well, your voice is not heard. I mean, at the end of the day, we are opening the 2022nd and 2023rd academic year.